What's the haps, guys? Ganny here,
Hey, how's it going, guys? Woody here.
and we are going to discuss the newest episode, episode 7 of episode 8 of My Adventures with Superman Zero Day, Part 1. Woody, what are your initial thoughts, brother?
So I really, at the beginning, I was kind of like, I wasn't really feeling the beginning part. I liked when Superman was going around like saving everyone. I'm glad they show that because like this
Very on brand for
differentiates.
who he is, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important to show that kind of stuff too. But then the end was awesome. I thought like that's where it really like got me in when all the villains teamed up and they were having that big fight at the end, and then they left it on a pretty great cliffhanger. So I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I will definitely agree with you. I really like kind of how like where this is going. I've been saying it since like the start. They're obviously building up to something. There's obviously something that they're like trying to get to, like a
Yeah, for sure.
storyline or like a point or something. And so it looks like we're getting to that point.
Yeah,
Um,
we're definitely like at the climax, or like at least approaching the climax.
yeah, it's kind of like what I said before, like for episode 6. Like episode seven's the Mixie Piglet episode. It's like a little bit like lighthearted, a little bit more fun, and then these are just gonna be like serious episodes. And that was kind of
Yeah,
like a serious episode. It started. It was a pretty solid red herring too, especially in the promotional material, because for this episode, I think the only promotion material was like Superman having super hearing, and then Lois meeting Vicky Vale. That was kind of the only thing I knew about the episode going into it. It didn't say it was gonna take a
yeah.
dark turn.
It kind of made you think it was gonna be different than it was.
Yeah, it was gonna be
Which
like a
I think is
regular
kind of
episode.
cool because, like, sometimes you'll get promotions that'll just like show everything in the episode, like all the important
Oh
stuff. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
dude. Like
So I like it. I like that it did that.
I would have been pissed if like the whole thing like have the entirety of Task Force X and like having all the characters
Yes.
just fight Superman. It's like this week.
Yeah, I'm
So
very
yeah,
glad it
that
didn't show that
yeah
because
that
that,
that
like, I was surprised by that, and I'm very glad they, like, that it happened that way.
yeah no that would have
Like
definitely
you
been
kind of didn't know, and you didn't know the kid was like working with them. Like he kind of like betrayed Superman, where he's like, "I'm just looking for my sister, man."
I think
Like,
that was unintentional to be completely honest with you because he kind
oh,
of
really? I
looked
thought
yeah
when
I
like
thought
it
he
showed him
looked
with the
weird.
collar on, so like I assumed like when he like pulled down his shirt and it showed the collar, that was kind of like a signal
Oh,
that he
did
was
they? I
working
must
with
have
them.
missed that because I saw like a look on his face and I was
Oh
thinking
yeah,
like, oh,
it was like
maybe.
it was like a blink and you miss it. It was like it was like one frame. He like kind
Okay.
of pulled down his shirt and he was wearing like the collar
Yeah.
that like, so like, or maybe he didn't want to betray him, but I think General Lane was just kind of like controlling him,
Yeah.
you
Do,
know?
do this or I kill your sister,
Yeah,
kind of a thing. Yeah. 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 I was kind of like flipping in between the episode and the comics and cartoons board while I was watching it, so I think I did kind of miss
yep,
it. But yeah, I liked how it started. I thought like it was very normal like start to the episodes, getting a new power, and then hijinks ensue. New stuff, retread old stuff. It started very regular, and then it switched into, hey, now we're here for plot, and I like that. I can really appreciate the writing and pacing of this season.
yeah. I really like that this was like a plot heavy episode, especially towards the end.
Yeah, no,
I like plot progression. Yeah, the pacing's very good. That's a
oh yeah,
good point.
and yeah, General Lane is very like, it's very clear. I mean, especially from the promotional material for the next episode, where he had Superman in a red sunroom, which is, I don't know how he knows that
Yeah,
works.
that should be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes you think he's had, and based on the like the preview for the next episode, it makes you think he's had contact with other Kryptonians too, because he makes a comment. He's like, "How many of you are coming this time?" So
yeah.
like, it kind of sets it up. And then, like you said, the Red Sunroom. So he's knowledgeable about his weaknesses.
He
So that should be
probably
interesting.
hasn't put together that Clark is an actual like child that stayed his entire life. He probably thinks he just showed up. I mean, kind of like everyone probably thought that too, that he just came out of nowhere. But he's
Yeah,
been
because he's
living
only been in the
there.
public light for very recently. I think like what's it? It's only been a couple weeks, I think, since the start of the show, like in universe.
Yeah, and like he's only 22 also, so like he's kind
Yeah,
of
he
yeah,
like
so
just started being Superman.
yeah, so like it kind of does stand to reason they could think he just popped up out of nowhere and was like, it's like what the heck are you doing here? Like, you got to
Yeah,
get out. Yeah, I really liked that they're kind of attacking Task Force X a little bit. I like how they're not just pulling villains out of nowhere; they're only using established villains.
yes, that's good too.
Yeah,
I did enjoy that.
they very easily could have been like, oh, and we hired this guy. He goes by Bronze Tiger, and like
Yeah,
they could have very easily just shoehorned in someone from the comics just
or
to
like
have someone else.
Metallo or someone else. You
Yeah, I
know,
feel like Metallo would be a pretty solid like second season villain for the show.
I agree. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they, yeah, they have to introduce him at some point
yeah,
because they've gone through like a bunch of the main ones already.
yeah, yeah. They didn't like at all go like, oh well, we had like this guy's called Bloodsport. He's also on our board like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like every character is established. Like the writing is really tight. I do really like it because it's only establishing villains that have been there. Everything like kind of makes sense in its lore. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I
Every
like.
villain gets like an episode kind of to themselves as establishment first before they do something else.
Yeah, I
Or that's how
liked
it's been
the.
so far.
Yeah, I liked the fight. I feel like with a little bit more like budget and animation time, we could have an absolutely insane fight using this animation style.
For sure, yeah. I think maybe like I think this season will really like take off, or if it hasn't already. I'm sure I hear people talking about it all the time on the internet. So like I'm sure like the budget will be bigger next season.
Yeah, they've
So
already
we could
ordered a
see something
season
like
two.
that.
We're getting a season two regardless. It's already been ordered. With
Yeah.
the ongoing strikes, because this is recorded on August 18th of 2023. There is an ongoing actors and writers strike right now. We don't know how long it would take to produce that show,
Oh, that's right.
considering
Yeah.
considering everything going on right now. Um, I don't think they recorded anything for season two because they did order it mid season after its success.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but like I like the super hearing because that is something that is focused on too in other medium, especially even in Zack Snyder's take in Man of Steel. One of the big things was when a Kryptonian awakens their powers, like they showed it with Zod and with Kal-El. Um, when like you awaken your powers, you have to deal with the
Yeah.
super hearing and super senses.
Yeah, it's like oversensitized, and they can't
Yeah,
like separate everything at first, and they kind of have to take a minute, you know.
yeah, they gotta take a minute to
Just
figure out like how to process things. So I think
I
it's
think it
kind of
kind of
cool.
showed that in this episode too. Like at first when he first got it, because like he was zipping all over the place, and then when he like sat there and focused, like he was able to find
Yeah,
the invisible guy. Like when he just like thought about it, you know, for a minute.
yeah, he did Gyu Tamako's like 11th form water breathing. He did
Yeah, that
dead
was cool.
calm to like he
It was
did
cool
dead
how
calm
they
to figure it
animated that.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did dead calm to like animate it to kind of show his focus, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, that's like a solid way to show
yeah,
like focus, especially in the case of Superman, who can literally hear everything going on, like in
yeah,
Metropolis.
yeah.
Um,
Fits in with the anime theme too.
yeah, I
Like
hope
just yet
that
another reference to a popular show.
yes, and I hope that that's not just something they forget about. Like I hope that they kind of revisit that topic or that lesson or theme because Superman was being burnt out. Like I hope he has a moment where he's like, I can't save everyone. I would go fucking crazy, and then he just doesn't feel like a bunch of guilt if like something happens. You know what I mean? Or like he's able to kind of overcome it.
Yeah,
Because I just like I thought the theme of this episode was gonna be like Clark, you can't save everybody. It just is what it is, bro. Like
yeah,
I thought that was just gonna be the theme, but I guess it was just going into the plot, which I'm not complaining.
yeah.
I'm just
It
saying
kind of
I
went balls to the wall after
yeah,
the
I went balls
midway
to the
mark.
wall. We had Task Force X, or as Woody likes to call them, the Sinister Six.
Yeah,
Uh,
listen, there are six of them.
yep,
It's Superman Sinister Six.
yep. No,
But
that's pretty
yeah,
cool.
It was awesome. Yeah.
I I'm getting to a point though where the timidness of Clark is starting to like wear on me. Just
I can see that.
because yeah, I'm
I
not
hope that
like
does develop. I know it's
yeah.
season one, so if he develops out of that, that'd be cool. But like, if that's just a regular thing, I totally
Yeah,
understand that
because I'm
criticism.
not
Like,
sitting here going like, "Oh, just man up already, just grow some balls, Clark." Like that's not what I'm saying right now. It's like obviously, yeah, his reputation's a little bit hurt, and he's like he was blindsided. He hasn't slept in days, and he's just got friggin' sucker punched out of a plane. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you're Superman.
yeah,
Like against his fight with Deathstroke, after fighting Heatwave, he literally at one point said, "No, people are in danger," and then just cut the bullshit and stop the threat. Like
yeah,
I want to see him do that. I want to see him go, this is over. I'm done fighting like for this BS. Let me go." And then actually start dishing out some real power, and then maybe like have collateral happen to further damage his image, or maybe like have like Parasite be able to stand up to him. Um,
yeah. I don't
yeah,
mind it as much if he's like in his Clark persona, like if he's at the Daily Planet, or whatever. But like
yeah.
when he's Superman, you kind of like want him to be like imposing, I guess is the word. Like like tough.
Oh yeah,
Like
cause
he's
I want him to be like someone that you're not gonna fuck with, if I'm gonna put that in the like most blatant terms I can.
yeah.
Just somebody who it's like I'm not gonna mess with this guy. He's obviously like freaking Superman.
Yeah, and like you said, like when it comes to saving people, he takes that very seriously. So like he wouldn't be jokey or timid in those kinds of situations. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying? Like,
he's sitting there like he's scared of like Task Force X, and like I'm just kind of sitting here like you're bulletproof. Like yeah, electricity hurts, but you can kind of throw them into each other, and
yeah,
it wouldn't be a big deal. But at the
for
same
sure.
time, yeah, at the same time though, he is very like he wants to make sure he doesn't kill anybody that is established. So he wouldn't just be like, "That's it," and just freaking like donut somebody like through the
Yeah,
chest. Be like, "Well, that's that. I don't want to deal with this anymore," and just kills them. That's not really his style.
yeah, true. At the same time, like I do think there's a grace period though, because we're in season one, so
Yeah, no, it's gonna happen. It's
like
it's it's kind of like it's definitely not like a. Actually, that's a fair comparison. I'd say I'd compare him kind of with like Tanjiro in season one of Demon Slayer.
yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that.
where like in the beginning of Demon Slayer, I'm definitely gonna get a hate for this. I didn't really like one. I thought season one was kind of like it was like B tier. It was a pretty solid concept with interesting animation, but I wasn't like in love with it yet. Some of the characters kind of bugged me. And then like season two came around, and Tanjiro stopped crying about Nezuko every 5 seconds, and then it was like, oh, okay, sick.
Yeah. And
So
when he's
yeah,
fighting like an upper rank or something, he's like dead serious and he's like pissed off and stuff
yeah,
too.
and
So it's like,
yeah, he's like, I'm going to win this fight because you can't win because you're evil, and
yeah.
like I
But
want.
it's
Sorry, what?
interesting too with
Mhm.
Tanjiro, like not to make this all Demon Slayer
Yeah,
discussion or anything, but like it's interesting too because like he's almost has like a Superman personality, like to tie it to what we're talking about, because like he's like pissed off and stuff when he's fighting them, but he also does have sympathy for them when like he kills them, or like
yeah,
decapitates
which
them.
that's like within Superman's character. I'm just
Yeah,
saying I want to see Superman kind of go through that same development that Tanjiro did. I want him to be able to be like, if there's a villain, I'm taking you down before you hurt me or anyone else.
yeah.
Because like
No,
right now, it's
I
just yeah,
100% agree.
yeah. Right now he's kind of like walking around like, oh geez, I hope I don't hurt him. It's like okay, like get a handle on it. You're now using your powers publicly for like a couple months now. Like
Yeah,
let's figure it out and then be able to apply the right amount of force to SmackDown. But that's kind of like
yeah,
my only gripe right now, and I wouldn't even call it a gripe. I would just say it's just something I'm noticing. It's an anime trope, and this is obviously very anime inspired. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, no, this shouldn't be in my Superman. Like, no, it's gonna happen. Um, just like I just can't wait for it to kind of evolve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we
Into
will get there too.
oh
Like,
yeah, definitely. If not this season, next season.
yeah, because like we've said before, the writers definitely do care about the character, like the property, and they're doing a very good job so far writing it. They just got to
Yeah,
take it the next step in season two.
yeah. No, like obviously, and like it's crazy because we are. I think we only got like two more episodes left in this season, and we're
Yeah, so that
already
was eight.
like,
So I think
yeah,
there's 10. So
yeah. So and we're already like, oh, so like next season this discussion will happen, and it's funny because
yeah,
not too long ago I remember talking with you and going like, it's a Superman thing. I'll watch it every week, but I'm not like super into it.
yeah, like the first one or two or three
Yeah, no, and
episodes
and
there.
now I count down the days till Thursday. Like now like when I'm at work and I go into the because I usually go into the office on Thursdays. I'm in
Yeah,
the office. I'm like, oh, I'm in the office. That means my Adventures with Superman tonight.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I just get
I'm
excited for it.
definitely a big fan now for sure.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I really like it. I like where it's going. I want it to keep going that direction. I liked seeing the villains kind of just be able to be them and flex their powers outside of a like origin setting.
yeah,
Because in an origin setting, there's
like
always that what's going on? What are my powers? How does this work? What can I do? But instead, it's like everyone's established. We know what everyone can do. So now, like, Livewire can be in her bubble of electricity shooting lightning, and Silver
that was
Banshee can
pretty
be like
cool
shooting.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was really cool that whole like plane sequence. I thought that was very very cool. I thought it
yeah,
was
the
well
air
done.
battle that was sick. Yeah,
Yeah, that was well done. And then just the cherry on top was Deathstroke showing up and just absolutely laying the smack down because he is someone that can go toe to toe with Superman as long as like Superman's not like trying for whatever reason.
yeah. Well, that has been established as well. Like in a previous episode where we've seen it, like he's got the supposedly Kryptonian tech or whatever, and he was able to kind of tangle with them before. So like they, as long as the universe follows the rules that it makes, you know what I'm saying? It's fine, and they established that in a previous episode. So I'm cool
Yeah,
with it.
yeah, and I'm cool with it too. I'm not like, it is a young Superman. It is a rookie Superman. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, why doesn't he just like look at the atoms in the air and like punch it at the right angle to make a mini nuclear fission explosion? Like,
Yeah.
he obviously can't do that yet. He's not at that level. His powers are a little bit more basic, and he has shown to have like vulnerability. Not like as vulnerable as you or I, but like when he gets hit in the face with like a Kryptonian powered fist, he's gonna have a scratch on his cheek.
Yeah.
Which like that, like okay, like that makes sense. That's yeah.
And
So it
even still, like
mhm.
this episode, he's still developing his powers somewhat,
Yeah, true.
like
Like
with the hearing and stuff.
yeah,
So
no, like even in season 2, we might be getting more powers. Cause remember,
yeah.
like we haven't seen freeze breath yet. I don't think.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, we haven't seen
No, I
freeze
don't think so.
breath.
Yeah.
We haven't seen
Have we seen X-ray vision yet?
no, we haven't seen X-ray vision.
Okay, so we got
We've
that.
seen like supervision. Like he kind of has like telescopic vision. I don't think we've seen
Yeah.
X-ray vision. Um yeah, there's still some like minor powers that haven't made an appearance yet that they can still like flesh out. I don't know if they're going to do that a little bit later. Um
Yeah, they might hold
yeah.
off until like he's in a situation where he needs it. You know.
Yeah. I'm excited though and waiting for these next couple episodes because obviously it is very lore heavy. It's going to go into like the Kryptonian lore, and I said this like a couple reviews ago. On the cast list, we do have a Supergirl cast, so
Yep.
I'm excited to hear Kara Zor-El, even if it's just like a recording or like I hope she comes to Earth. I think that would be a cool way to like end the season, is to have like kind of like a Flashpoint thing where like Kara's locked up and then like it's
Oh, that'd be interesting
yeah,
too.
Clark like springs her, and then now it's getting her used to kind of like the Flash live action movie
Oh, okay, yeah.
where it would
They
kind of be
could
like
do that.
that
I feel
plot.
like they have the foundation to do that too, because they could just be like like we were talking about, General Lane may have encountered these people before.
Oh,
Maybe
he
it was
definitely
Supergirl that
has.
he encountered, and he has her locked up in some government facility somewhere. And then
Yeah,
when Clark learns that, and maybe the next episode, he goes to help her.
yeah, because he
So they could
does.
definitely do it.
Yeah, because Supergirl was sent first. That was like established. She was sent with Clark or
Yeah.
Kal-El to ensure his safety and like mentor him and guide him and like teach him about Krypton. And usually something happens to her pod along the way or something happens to her along the way. So
Hmm.
they could have like intercepted the pod or they could have intercepted her and kept her in like a red light prison and like the red sun might not let her age or something like that. Cause like
Oh yeah, that'd be
I
another
would,
thing
yeah,
too.
cause she is like a teenager in most mediums. They could take a respective like a creative liberty. I'm not gonna fault them for doing that, as I've said in previous reviews. Cause
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
think.
not, yeah, like I'm not a big fan of Slade Wilson's design, but I'm never gonna be like, oh, they tried something different. It sucks now.
Yeah, I don't think that like I'm not like worried about what they'll do because like they've kind of shown like especially in the Mixus Pedalic episode they have like reverence for the old material. Like we saw a lot of
Wow,
references in
I
that
haven't
one.
seen that in a long time.
Yeah, for real.
IPs
That's
that
why I'm like
like things that they represent. It's crazy.
I yeah. But yeah, so like I'm not like worried, you know what I'm saying? Like they can I mean unless it's like really bad, but um like I have no problem with the direction they've taken so far. I mean, besides like minor things, like yeah, Slade Wilson doesn't exactly look like the Deathstroke we're used to, but for this universe, I don't really think it's that bad.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I'm trying to say as well. It's like I'm not mad that it's different. I'm just mad it's not what I like. But then again, I'm not gonna be like it's not that big a deal. But yeah, other
Yeah.
than that though, I do like some of the changes. I like the whole like newer Task Force X thing. I like how they didn't shoehorn in like any characters from comics, like Harley Quinn or like Bronze Tiger or something like that.
Oh,
I
I
like how
hope
they're
not in the Superman
yeah,
show.
right. I like how they're referencing other places in the DC universe, but like they're kind of establishing Superman as the first one there, which is
Yeah, they haven't.
canonically accurate. Like that's comic wise, he was just like in the order of like the creation of these superheroes. Like he was the
Yeah,
first
we've
one.
gotten we gotten Gotham teases and Queen Industries teases,
Yep,
but
Queen
haven't talked
Industry,
about
Gotham.
Batman or Green Arrow, which is good. I think like maybe like later on, maybe not in season one, maybe in like down the road they can
Oh yeah, kind of
like,
like
reference them.
yeah, kind of like in the Batman. I don't know if you ever watched that show from 2004.
The Batman, oh like
Yeah.
the 2004 one. I've seen like episodes here and there.
So
Yeah.
like the last season is like about the Justice League.
Oh really?
Yeah, like a bunch of
Okay.
other heroes show up, and it actually gets like sick. I think Ron Perlman voices Martian Manhunter.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like
I'll have
it's
to
a
check that out.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. So like,
Yeah,
that's
I've
kind of
mostly
like
watched the '90s series, the Batman the animated
oh
series.
yeah,
That's the one I'm most familiar with.
yeah. So like yeah, I would like I would watch like I would like that to become that, but definitely not like right away, not at this moment in time.
Yeah, like there's times for team ups down the road. You don't have to
Yeah,
do them all at once. I
yeah,
feel like kind of like in the '90s Superman show was kind of like that too. A lot of the team ups happened in like season 4 or like season 3.
yeah. They
Not really
usually
too much
happen
in the first
later.
season.
Yeah, which is good because like you want to establish the character
Yeah,
first before you try to do anything else. So I like how this is like kind of like purely a Superman show, especially in a world of team ups and
yeah, it
like
should be a
yeah,
Superman show too.
yeah.
That doesn't
It's a
need to be
Superman show.
everyone. Like,
Yeah, the title of the show is My Adventures with Superman.
yeah,
Like I'm glad they're kind of keeping it a Superman show. Like yeah, he lives in a universe where there's a lot of other things, but like it is primarily about Superman. He's not taking a backseat in his own show, which I do like that.
yeah, yeah. I don't think they should do like Justice League stuff unless they're like do like an episode.
Not
Like if they
like
plan on
now.
making, yeah, no, definitely not now. But like even later, like unless they're gonna make a Justice League show, like a new cinematic universe starting with this show. Like then
I
okay,
mean,
maybe tease
I
it.
don't think
But
they need to do that per se. I think they would just need to have
well, this is just
like a
hypothetical. Like I'm not
yeah, like
saying
a
they should
hypothetical,
do
like
it or anything.
have like honestly like oh, this would be sick in this animation, like this art style. Have like Apocalypse like be like, be like the antagonistic force, like Darkseid, Apocalypse, Parademons, like have that be the antagonist of a season, and like
Yeah.
the whole season is just Superman looking for allies because he knows
Oh,
that
that
like
they
he
could do
can't
that too.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, he can't just take on these like insane like apocalyptic forces without any kind of help.
Yeah, I think they definitely will do Darkseid too. I feel like they can't not do Darkseid. Like
Darkseid's
he's
like badass,
always
yeah.
been a major Superman
Yeah.
villain. Like, well, Justice League a lot, but like Superman's had some one-on-ones with Darkseid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like
But
you
yeah,
can do it. I just think that that's what they would probably want to do if they were going to do a Justice League collab. And it would definitely have to be like it toward later seasons. It wouldn't be
yeah, this,
like a
yeah,
thing yet. But
100%.
no, like so far, like overall, I'm saying it's a really solid season one. I'm really excited to see how they end this two-parter and then how they end the show. Because we only have 2 more weeks, 2 more episodes, and like with the end of the summer comes the end of My Adventures with Superman. So I'm very excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think
Yeah,
it's been pretty great so far.
yeah, sweet.
Um,
So if you don't have anything
yeah.
more to add, we're
No, I
gonna,
think we've covered everything.
sweet. Yeah, no, I kind of said my piece. So thanks for watching. If you like
Yeah,
what you
thanks,
saw,
guys.
hit that subscription, hit that notification bell. We made a TikTok where I put some of my shit posty edits on there. So if you like that, go over and check it out. Um, Again, it's your boy Ganny,
And your boy Woody.
and we will see you next time. Catch you later, gang.
Yep. See you guys.